How's it going, everyone? It has been a long time since I've done one of my old-fashioned blogging videos where I talk about some of the things that a lot of you long-time subscribers of mine are used to me talking about. Now, it's not going to be another self-pity party or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to make a statement that I am no longer wanting to be defined by loneliness or by my depression or my anxiety. And I have really been thinking a lot lately as to whether or not I should delete some of my older videos. Now, I know I'm a big advocate for, spreading awareness on depression, loneliness, other forms of mental illness, but there does come a point where it can become a little too cringy. And one of the videos, I'm not going to even mention the title, but I think it's a little too cringy because I get a little too in-depth, and it's almost like, it sounds like I'm just like really feeling sorry for myself. And I know especially this was a huge thing on my old channel, but on some of my older videos on this channel, I do have to wonder if maybe it is in my best interest I delete some of my older blogging videos. And let's face it, if you're out there trying to meet new people, make new friends, or going into the dating world, you've got to go in there with confidence. And we all have our problems. A lot of people out there, have bigger problems than I do. Some people have smaller problems, but we all are facing our own problems. And an issue that people probably have when they're listening to someone mumble too much about their own personal issues is to be like, well, why doesn't he just get out there and work on himself? Why doesn't he go out there and go seek a psychiatrist or this or that? Now, and I feel like it's one of those things. It's kind of like, what's the art? How do you do blogging in a successful manner while trying to convey a message, but at the same time not being so cringy that you're making people like stay away from you? Because I think on some of my older videos, they were really overly cringy, and it's actually pushing people away. And it's interesting because there was this one post, I'm not going to say who it was from, within the hiking group, and they were basically saying how things just haven't worked out. There's been the opportunities for connections, and I'm just like thinking to myself, if that had been me 2 or 3 years ago, that would have been something I would have probably posted very similar. But here's the thing. Asking for sympathy over the internet is probably the worst thing you can do. Now, I guess it's one thing, if we're trying to raise awareness on depression and anxiety, is doing it in a way that we're doing it to convey a message, but at the same time, we're also working and also giving ideas of how other people can maybe improve on their symptoms, or maybe they can improve on their moods, or what they can do to overcome loneliness. Because here's like a little tidbit of what some of my older videos may have sounded like. Okay, so here it is. Let's assume that I'm making a video. It's like 3 weeks before Christmas. So I'm going to be like, hello, everyone. I thought I'd come to you guys with another blogging video. And I'm going to just talk about my severe loneliness and how I'm just like, I wish I could go out there and could start dating, but I just feel like no woman's going to want me because I just this or that, and it's like I envy all those guys out there with their women. I envy these guys out there with all their friends, and it just makes me feel, so sad and down. It just really makes me, wish I had that going for me, and it just really makes me wish. Now, you notice something there. It's all focusing on myself. Me. Now, I think a better way to convey a message is, say it's more like 4 weeks before Christmas, but I guess, let's say I'm having a depressing day, or maybe I'm going through some depression. Maybe the way to do it is be like, hey there, guys, how's it going? I've just been having one of my episodes where I've just been kind of going through a lot of depression lately, and things have just not been going as planned. And I know many of you out there probably share some of the same feelings. But what I'm finding what really helps is I just try to keep my mind, away from what's bothering me, maybe watch one of my favorite TV programs, maybe get into my programming. And for a lot of you out there, I recommend if you're going through some depressing moments, you maybe take a step aside, maybe do some reflection, maybe, try to find out what's really causing your depression, what's really making you feel lonely, and just kind of do some self-reflection. Maybe go out for a walk, watch your favorite TV show, or maybe pick up a new skill. Now you notice I'm focusing on the viewer. I'm focusing on not only how I can help myself, but how I could help others. So you see the big difference there. And I don't think I did a lot of that in my older videos. It was just about like pouting and whining and moaning. And I know a lot of you out there, this Joey B. Tunes, are criticizing him for, some of you think he was bullying me on this video that he made a couple months back. But the honest truth is, it woke me up. It basically like gave me a slap on the face, and it made me realize that, hey, it's okay to talk about depression. It's okay to talk about loneliness. It's okay to talk about whatever you're going through, but you got to do it in a way that you're also showing that you're working to improve on yourself, that you're giving helpful tips to other people out there, because we all are going through similar struggles, especially with this freaking pandemic that just never seems to end. Now we've got some other variant, the Omicron variant. It's like, is this thing going to ever end? And so, yeah, a lot of us are going through difficult times, and some of us are just really struggling. And some of us are struggling a lot more than others. I mean, there's people out there who are my age or who are older who can't even, find anyone to give them the time of day. So it's really important that I think that what Joey did was he gave me a good slap in the face and be like, Donnelly, get off your high horse and realize that you've got things going for you. And what people really like about other people is when they see them improving, when they see success, because the greatest revenge is success. So if some of you are out there are feeling like people don't like you for whatever reason, maybe you think people don't respect you or people don't like you. And I know I get those feelings from time to time. I still get those feelings. But instead of like just sitting back on this brown couch and doing nothing about it, when I'm done making this video, I'm going to kind of clean myself up, and get right back to my studies, my programming, because I'm going to work on getting myself those skills to be successful, instead of just like sitting back and being like, oh guys, I just wish I could one day find myself a really good job. I just wish I could do this. Instead of wishing, you just gotta like do. It's like, it's a matter of doing. Get rid of the wish mentality, the Walt Disney mentality, and be a doer. And I know it's easier said than done, but really and I know for some of you out there who are really going through some deep depression and just can't seem to get out of bed. Sometimes, let's say, for instance, like you're in a really depressed state and you just find yourself, you just can't get out of bed. And you're just wondering, what's the point of going on? Take a step back and just try to think of one good thing you've got going for you. Maybe you've got good health. Maybe you've got good physical health, but you're just really super depressed. So that one good thing you've got going could be really good health. Let's say you've got bad health. You got no good health. You got no mental health. There's got to be something. Maybe just go eat something. Just be thankful that you've got something to go grab from your refrigerator or whatever it may be. And I know it's difficult because I haven't been in that bad of a situation. So it's like, who's to say, that what I've gone through is it's the same as what someone else has gone through. Our feelings are subjective. So what makes me depressed may make someone else even more depressed. Or what makes me anxious might make someone else a lot more anxious, or may not make another person anxious at all. It's all about, our feelings are all subjective. So I just kind of want to share that with you guys, because I know my subscriber count has kind of tanked a little bit, but that's expected, because I know there's some of you out there who just, you guys really enjoy watching me talk about my loneliness and my depression, on and on and on. And I do plan to continue, trying to raise awareness, but I don't want it to define who I am. I don't want to just be always moaning about my loneliness or my depression or what's not going right for me, because that's not going to That's not going to help me make new friends. That's not going to help me when I start dating. Women are not going to want a guy who's like all down on himself, always fishing for compliments. And it's like, that's kind of where I'm coming from. And yeah, I know I'm probably going to lose some subscribers because I'm not talking about my loneliness and depression like I used to all the time. But I am no longer wanting to be defined by my loneliness. That's not what defines me. I mean, it's like there's just too much in life to live for and just to let loneliness rule my life. Don't let it rule your life, guys. Do not let loneliness, do not let your depression, anxiety, bipolar, do not let it rule your life, because otherwise it's going to be a lot more challenging. So for all of you out there who are going through some difficulties, do not let your mental state define who you are, because it is not who you are, especially if you're going through a lot of difficult times. And remember, a lot of people are going through difficult times. With this never-ending pandemic, a lot of people are going through some serious problems, issues, and whatever else may be going on. So it's really important to just kind of realize that all of us, have our feelings, which are subjective, and everyone else is going to have different experiences. So I know it's been a long time since I've kind of done one of these videos, but like I said, my goal is to kind of be that I dream of being that guy who can be like flamboyant, who people love to be around, who can make other people laugh, who can just go out there and start dating confidently. And I'm not going to get to that stage by sitting back and moaning and groping and being like, oh guys, I'm just being so depressed. I just can't figure out what to do. Because if I were to do what I did in my older videos to this date, I would be lonely. I would probably still be up in Bellingham. I would be sitting on a very similar couch, coming to you guys, moaning and whining and just being like a little crybaby. And it's like, no one wants to hang around with a Debbie Downer. And it's okay to be down at times, but I should say no one wants to be with a constant Debbie Downer. That's the thing. People want to be with someone who's, positive. Even if they're down, you try to maintain some positivity. So that's kind of my message. And yeah, I mean, I'm doing good. My classes are doing good, but I've still got my struggles. I still have my ups and downs. I still got my depression, anxiety that I'm trying to deal with. And yes, loneliness, but I'm not letting it define who I am. I'm pushing through it. And I know you guys can too, especially you guys have got good health. You guys got hobbies. And whatever challenges you may be going through, fight through it. Tell yourself that you're more than your mental illness, that you're someone who's worth being around. You got to give yourself positive affirmations. Fight for it. Just don't give in. Do whatever you can to really find those positive affirmations within yourself, and go out there, do what you can, find a new skill, watch your favorite show, do something that's going to at least lift your mood, take away the loneliness, because I know it's been challenging for a lot of us out there. But don't get in that rut where you're just kind of like always moaning and groaning and this and that. So that's just kind of my message to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Let's get through this. Let's take it one day at a time. And for all of you who are sticking around and who will stick around for my future content, because it's going to be positivity, it's going to be raising awareness, it's going to be some blogging, but it's going to be kind of the new me going forward. Try to be like 80% positive. And it's like whenever I feel like I've got to vent some stuff out, but do it in a productive and positive manner. So yes, there will be blogging in my future videos, but for all of you out there, thanks for sticking around. Very much appreciated. And with that being said, hope you guys are taking care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will be back at you guys soon enough. Till next time.